Ride Along 1 was an awful film that everybody went to see because it had Kevin Hart in it, and everybody loves Kevin Hart. Because of our stupidity, it made a hell of a lot of money, so guess what? We're being treated to a Ride Along 2. Yay!
What the hell?
Again?
You've done this before?
I don't know what to tell you, James. Okay, I'm on edge.
My nerves is bad, man.
I told you to focus.
You think I meant to do it? I thought he shot. He didn't shoot, so shot. Oh my God! He a zombie. Headshot. Whoa.
Okay, right off the bat, I'm just gonna say it. I think this film was better than the first one. You might not agree with me, but just let me explain. So the first movie had this weird dark undertone that I couldn't really put my finger on. It was kind of uncomfortable to watch, and as such killed the comedy. In Ride Along 2, they're in Florida. It's sunny and fun and has a discount 22 Jump Street feel about it. That is not the last Jump Street comparison I'm going to make. So the plot is that Kevin Hart and Ice Cube, because that's what we call them, we don't call them their actual character names because nobody cares what their actual character names is, they are just Kevin Hart and Ice Cube, and they play Kevin Hart and Ice Cube.
Oh, what is your problem?
You're at my desk.
Oh.
Soft tissue manipulation. Detective Peyton.
Detective Cruz.
I'm not shaking your hand after that.
Anyway, they go to Florida so that Ice Cube can convince Kevin Hart that he doesn't have what it takes to be a police officer. Ice Cube plays the mean and scary detective, much like in 21 and 22 Jump Street, and Kevin Hart plays the irritating, talkative guy who just screws everything up. So it's exactly the same as the first film. You know what other film sequel was exactly the same as the first film? Yep, it was 22 Jump Street. The difference with that though is that in 22 Jump Street they made fun of the fact that they were doing exactly the same thing in 21 Jump Street, and wove it really nicely into the story. Ride Along 2 just gives us more of the stuff that we saw in the first film because that's what we paid all of the money to go see, so if it worked the first time, why wouldn't it work again? Okay, so back to what I was saying about this being better than the first film. As a sequel, it's awful. Truly apocalyptically awful. It's lazy and stupid and reuses jokes from the first film. But if you forget that Ride Along 1 ever happened, which I tried to do, like I really tried to do, then it's not actually a bad film. I think people will actually kind of enjoy it as light comical entertainment and come out smiling. It is by no means a good film, but it's not a mentally scarringly bad film. If you're just walking around town and fancy seeing an entertaining movie that you want to make you chuckle at points, then why not? It does the trick. Therefore, it gets a 55 from me, and I know that sounds a little bit harsh, but as I've said, it wasn't a good film, and you do have to take certain steps to actually appreciate any of it. Film wall, and all the way down here we find ourselves at Ride Along 2. It's just below Mockingjay Part 1 and Daddy's Home, but obviously it's well above Elvin and the Chipmunks.